Hello, my mystic friends. I'm your astrologer, Patricia Tate, and today we're going to be diving into the month of November of 2025, this monthly astrology forecast. I want to share insights with you in order to help you connect with your inner wisdom to move more in alignment with the universe. Now, I do have some exciting news to share. I am excited to share my 2026 year ahead astrology forecast. Each one is an extended video with a detailed PDF that explains the key transits, the eclipses, and all the shifts so you can help navigate your year with confidence. You can grab your sign or bundle all 12 at willowgracemystic.com or in the link below. So for my Aries friends, November of 2025 is kind of like going to unfold this tapestry that's woven that brings about deep transformation, these soulful revelations, and the stirrings of your own inner fire. This month holds a lot of stillness, of reflection, and of slowing down for you. But it also has these invitations to reimagine your life in ways that you can align more closely with your truth. For you, Aries, this journey is both outward and it's inward. It's one of anchoring into the stability, and it's an opportunity to go back and revisit things that you value, and it's to step courageously into the next phase of your soul's evolution. I want to start off with November 5th. You're going to be having this full moon. I absolutely love this. The month is going to begin with a full moon that's going to be lighting up your second house. This brings in themes or topics that are about values, your money, your security. Full moons, they always illuminate what was hidden, what we couldn't see before. And it's also about connecting or what is ready to be released, what has come to fruition. And this one invites you to look at the foundation of your life. The second house revolves around themes of what do I need in order to feel secure, to be secure. And so it's what makes you feel safe and what do you cling to out of habit, but truly no longer need. Now, Taurus energy, it reminds you that security, it's not only external, like bank accounts and possessions and your routines, but it's also internal. It's you looking at being rooted in your confidence and in alignment with what you value most deeply. That can be people, places, and things. This lunation, it encourages you to pause and to slow down and to take stock and to appreciate the beauty that's all around you. This is going to be a time that you're going to want to indulge in gratitude for what you've already created and built. Yet there can be this call to release and let go of some attachments that they hold you back from growing. You cannot fill up a space if the space is already full. So it's an opportunity to ask yourself, do I define my worth by what I possess or by who I truly am? This full moon is asking you to look at lasting stability and understand that it comes from within and you are ready to release what no longer supports your own personal inner peace. Now I want to move forward 2 days and let's take a look at Uranus. Uranus is now going to be entering into the sign of Taurus. So remember, it's retrograding back. And so we have Uranus retrograding the same area that you just had a full moon in. And so when Uranus enters into Taurus, this brings about a shakeup. Remember, Uranus is chaotic. It's electric. This is not new energy to you. This is something that you have been working on for years, and now Uranus is making its last call to finish and clean it up. There can be surprising events or these shifts within your financial landscape, your relationships with your possessions, or your understanding of what is your self-worth can now come to the surface. While change, it can definitely feel destabilizing. Uranus is pushing or guiding you to understanding what is freedom. Freedom from outdated definitions of what is security and the courage to build a foundation that truly reflects your own evolving values. Now, at the same time, we're going to have Venus in the sign of Scorpio. So this brings about 8th house themes, and it's going to be in a square with Pluto. Pluto is in your 11th house. So squares are hard aspects. They push us to make us uncomfortable in order to create change. So it's activating your 8th house of tension between intimacy, shared resources, and Pluto in your house of your community, your networks, your goals. And so you might notice these, like it can be a power struggle or jealousy or hidden motives that now come to the surface. This can be within your own personal relationships or within group dynamics. So instead of being drawn into the conflict, there's going to be this invitation of the square to rise above and focus on what can transform because of this. What is being revealed now probably is not going to be comfortable, but it's going to be necessary for your growth. Now, the next day I want to bring your attention to is the 9th. So following up on that, Mercury is now going to be stationing retrograde. Mercury covers themes of our thoughts, our ideas, communication, and it's in the sign of Sagittarius. So now as it makes its backward journey, this is in your 9th house of higher learning. This is wisdom, this is travel, it's expanding your mind, your vision. And so this retrograde can truly stir up these old questions about faith or about your belief system or philosophy. Perhaps you have this old class or course of study, a workshop, something that you were involved in, or a spiritual practice, or even a travel destination that now resurfaces, because that's what retrogrades bring about, an opportunity to redo, rethink, revise, resurface. So instead of pushing forward at this time, you are going to be encouraged to revisit, reflect, and then realign. This is not going to be a time that you're going to want to rush into bold adventures, but rather to return to something that's unfinished and overlooked and say, now is the time that I can get it done. For you, my Aries friends, this retrograde is about you integrating these past lessons into what is your present path. It's reminding you that wisdom, it's very cyclical. Trust that revisiting these old ideas, they can help you to unlock these new perspectives for your future. Then I want to move forward just a couple of days to the 11th. So on November 11th, you're now going to have Jupiter station retrograde. Jupiter, thoughts, ideas, communication that has to do with expanding your vision of things within your home. Jupiter is the Santa Claus of the zodiac. And so in your 4th house, it's home, it's family, it's traditions, it's your roots, it's your foundation. Jupiter's retrograde, it's going to slow down your external expansion, but it opens up the internal space for internal growth. Retrogrades have us backing up and going within. And so over the next coming months, you might feel called to re-examine your relationships with families or traditions or your ancestry or just the foundation of your own home life. For you, this retrograde, it really offers this karmic opportunity. You might be revisiting your lessons about belonging and emotional security. This is about ways in which your family has shaped your path that you are on. My Aries friends, through the external progress, it kind of can feel stalled at this time. What's happening now is going to be profoundly important for you. You are building now the inner foundation and the intuition in order for you to carry forward long after Jupiter stations direct. Next, I want to move you to the 18th. So on November 18th, we're looking at Mercury retrograde now shifting into the sign of Scorpio. It now moves into a different sign. And so we have a lot going on at this time. Mercury is going to intensify the retrograde within your house of transformation, shared resources, shadow self. This is the house of power and control. And so this is when the energy, it becomes more probing, it's deeply passionate, it's unrelenting. So there can be old wounds or debts or unresolved matters that now kind of resurface. This period, it asks you to take a deep dive into the depths of your own personal psyche, looking at what fears have you avoided, what secrets have you held on to, even from yourself, like not wanting to acknowledge some things. Because by facing these truths, you now have a chance to release the power that these things hold over you. Mercury retrograde in Scorpio, it's not easy, but it can be profoundly healing if you're willing to lean into the lessons that it offers. Transitions, these are not about erasing the past, but reclaiming the power from your past. Now, on the 20th, we're going to have the Sun conjunct Mercury, and we're going to have this Scorpio new moon. This is all like blending into a continual story about evolving the depths of things that you are uncovering. This is a really pivotal moment because the sun and the moon meeting up with Mercury, that is retrograde, moving backwards. This is forming this powerful conjunction that it's seen as a moment of clarity. This is about bringing things from the past to resurface to, I have this aha moment. I get it. This is a chance for you to see something with new, fresh eyes, to gain insight on it. This is a time to plant the seeds of your intentions that will grow over the next several months. Now, aligned with this new moon is amplifying the energy of this transformation. Remember that new moons, they're always about beginnings. And in the sign of Scorpio, this is a beginning about a rebirth, about empowerment, about taking back or taking control of your life from the inside out. For you, my Aries friends, this new moon in your 8th house, it's asking you to engage deeply with themes of intimacy and vulnerability and letting go of control in order to gain true empowerment. This lunation, it can bring these opportunities for financial renewal, for healing within relationships, or the courage to confront what you've been possibly avoiding. The message is going to be clear. The more you face your shadow, the more radiant the light becomes. And then I want to move to November 20th. Now on November 20th, we're going to have Uranus in a sextile with Neptune. Uranus is in your financial sector, and we have Neptune in your 12th house. Now, this is still forming this grand trine, but these two, Uranus and Neptune, are both at 29 degrees. 29 is an anaretic degree. It's a final degree, but Uranus is going backward, and so is Neptune. So it's kind of like this revisit. So they're forming a sextile, which is a harmonious aspect that's connecting your house of values with your house of spirituality or the hidden realms. This is really a deep supportive and a spiritual aspect that's softening the intensity of all of the Scorpio energy. You might feel inspired to align your resources with what is your spiritual calling, to possibly use your gifts within service and compassion with others. Or you might look at finding healing through creativity or these imaginative outlets, because Uranus thinks outside the box in order to solve a problem. It wants to have a solution. Now, for you, this sextile is truly an invitation for you to dream differently about what is your future. What does true abundance mean to you? How can you weave together material stability with spiritual purpose? Trust the subtle guidance that comes through dreams and meditation and yoga and all of the synchronicities that can now come. The universe is gently nudging you towards a more compassionate and imaginative way of being. My Aries friends, November is going to be this month of profound depth for you. The energy is going to continually draw you inward. It wants you to reflect on your values, your roots, your shadow, your capacity for transformation. The outer planets are reminding you that change, it's not optional. It does not have to be frightening, but it's about leaning into it. With Uranus, Neptune, Jupiter all working with you, and they're all in retrograde. This is setting up different points of the month for you so that your growth now can come from within, and it's sponsored by your outer self. So instead of just racing ahead as you would naturally prefer, allow yourself to pause, to slow down, and to savor this period of reflection. Think of this as tending to the soil, to the new seeds that are planted during this new moon. What you uncover in November, it might not fully bloom until much later, but it's going to be this is you creating the fertile ground on which your future is going to be built. So a mantra for you can be, I release what no longer aligns with my worth. I trust the process of transformation, and I welcome the stability that grows from within me. So for my Aries friends, thank you so much for being here. I would love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below.